And welcome. Today, our yoga practice will be focusing on the practice of allowing our children to awaken us. And not only our children, but also any interactions with our partners or friends or community members. And anything going on out there can serve as a teacher to help us awaken to what's happening in here. So with that as our focus, feel free to close the eyes or cast the eyes downward slightly and begin that rich journey inward. And as you journey inward, see if you might imagine bringing a warm friendliness that you would bring when you see an old friend. That warm friendliness that just naturally exudes when we see someone we care about deeply. Just allowing that to shine inwardly towards yourself and your inner life as you journey inside. With curiosity and care, just taking a few moments to shine that warm friendliness on anything that's unfolding within you right now. And in particular, anything that might be needing your attention, that might be tugging at your awareness throughout the day or even at night. You can kind of let the inner milieu know, now's the time. I'm right here for you. And I care. So just resting in that warm, open spaciousness, creating a loving, holding environment for any part of you that needs your holding right now. And I'll offer you some moments of silence so you can practice simply being with any of those aspects of yourself that are in need of that loving attention. Just noticing what's surfacing into the conscious awareness. Allowing ourselves to awaken to what's there within us. Waking up, just gently awakening to what's there within us. simply shining care. Expressing curiosity and care on whatever arises there within. Gently noticing what's surfacing into foreground for you right now. Practicing including that in your awareness. Ah, this too I include. And then begin to shift the awareness gently to the breath. Beginning to deepen the breath. Just allowing yourself to shine some care on any of those aspects of yourself that arose during the meditation. Letting them know that you do care about them. And you'll come back to visit with them. If they need your attention, they can just let you know. So deepening the breath. And feeling free to bring right hand to belly, left hand to chest or heart. And exhale, fully press the belly in, exiting the air out through the nostrils. Inhale, slowly expanding belly, rib cage, collarbones rise. And allow for a long, slow exhalation. Chest lowers, belly deflates. And continue. Nice deep breath in. And a long, slow exhalation. Really lengthening the exhalation so it's twice as long as the in-breath if possible. Continuing at your own pace. And as you exhale, seeing if the shoulders might soften a little bit with the out-breath. With each exhalation, just allowing the shoulders to settle back and down, just relaxing a little bit more fully. So the body can be in a relaxed position while still being alert and awake. Awake and aware and relaxed all at the same time. Good. And see if on these next few breaths you can begin to engage Mula Bandha root lock on the in-breath, drawing the muscles of the perineum and pelvic floor up, and on the exhalation, relaxing Mula Bandha root lock. The next few breaths, tensing, engaging the muscles of the pelvic floor on the in-breath, and on out-breath, relaxing those muscles as the shoulders relax with them. Lovely. And after the next long, slow exhalation, you can return the breath back to normal. Uniting the palms together in front of the heart. As we journey through our yoga practice together today, may we do so with the intention on allowing all of our relationships out there, our children, our partners, our friends, and neighbors, to awaken us to what's in here. You can gently bow the head, bowing the head down to the openness of the heart. And just take a moment to acknowledge and to celebrate that divine spark of life and light that rests deep, deep within you. See that beautiful, radiant light within you and bow to it. It's a part of all beings. It's there inherently within you. And take a moment to acknowledge and to celebrate that divine spark of life and light within each of your children. See that light within them and bow to it. And bring the awareness to the light within all beings everywhere without exception. And bow to that light. And you can bring the head back to center and rotate the palms up. Just cup the hands out in front for a moment. Maybe even still closing the eyes, just taking a moment to consider someone in your life now who's helping you to awaken. It might be a challenging person. It might be a child in your life or an adult in your life. It might be someone in your family. It might be a politician. See if you might acknowledge someone who's helping you to wake up, to awaken to what's there within you. Just lift the hands a little bit higher, lifting them up into the light. Thanking them for helping you to awaken. And see if you might acknowledge one of your children or all of your children in this way, helping us to awaken to the aspects of ourselves that might need more of our attention, integration, and healing as a part of our wholeness. And you can bring the arms out to the sides, palms up, thumbs back, bending the elbows a little bit, squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other, back behind you, lifting the head, neck, and chest, and really opening the heart, tapping into that heart energy and gratitude for these people in our lives and our children that help us to awaken to the unintegrated, undigested parts of ourselves that are seeking integration and wholeness within us. Take a nice deep breath in with lots of gratitude for these people and for our children. And then round the back, tuck the chin, interlock the thumbs, dive the arms forward. Maybe even imagining bowing into the process of awakening itself. Diving in to that process more wholeheartedly. And you can pull the thumbs against each other, fan the elbows wide apart, shrug the shoulders up towards the ears a little bit, opening the back of the heart. Opening the shadow side of the heart very gently, lovingly, acknowledging what's there as we awaken. And rotate the palms up, lift the head, neck, and chest. External rotation of the shoulders. Rock the hips forward, opening to our awakeners, as Shefali calls them. Children as our awakeners. Take a nice deep breath in, gratitude for our awakeners. And exhale, dive the arms forward, bowing down to the awakening process. Inhale, arching back, opening our hearts to our awakeners. And exhale, diving into the process of awakening itself. And continue at your own slow breathing pace, maybe even imagining that your arms are moving through thick mud. So there's a little bit of resistance throughout the movement, nice and slow. Good, and after the next full round, you can pause. And eventually leaning forward, coming onto the hands and knees, placing the hands beneath the shoulders, knees under the hips. And then you can lift the head, neck, and chest. Swing the tip of the tailbone up. Press the hands down and towards the knees. Opening, opening, opening up. Yes. Take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale, round the back, tuck the chin, tucking the tailbone under. Bowing down to your awakeners. Lift the head, neck, and chest. Take a nice deep breath in, opening your heart to the process of awakening. And exhale, round the back, bowing down to your awakeners. And continue at your own slow breathing pace. Really feel yourself on this journey of awakening. We became mothers. We accelerated this process of awakening. I love that. I kind of combined accelerated and celebrated. We accelerated. We both celebrated our process of awakening and accelerated it at the same time. After the next full round, you can lower the buttocks towards the heels, forehead towards the earth, extend the arms forward. And just take a few deep breaths. I'm really feeling the sacred nature of this journey of awakening that you're on as a mother, and how your children have accelerated that growth. Bringing lots of different parts of us, different parts of ourselves up to the surface, seeking our integration, seeking to be a more integrated part of our wholeness. Take a nice deep breath in. And allow for a long, slow exhalation. Extend the arms forward, shift the weight into the hands, coming up onto all fours. And then melt the hips forward, lifting head, neck, and chest, drawing shoulders back and down. Maybe lifting the knees up off the floor in upward dog, or modified with the knees down, your choice. Opening the heart to this process of awakening. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, press back into child's pose or curl the toes under, lift the hips up high for downward facing dog, your choice. Inhale, come forward and up towards upward dog, opening the heart to the process of awakening. And exhale, press back, bowing down to our awakeners, those who help us awaken. And continue at your own slow breathing pace. Good, and after the next full round, you can pause, resting either into child's pose or downward facing dog. And just resting. Just resting. this journey of awakening, it's helpful to take moments of conscious rest. Not sleep, but active relaxation. So just invite any part of your body that can participate in this brief moment of active release to join in the fun of active relaxation. Good. Take a nice deep breath in. And on the next exhalation, really invite the body to soften. Good. And then you can bring the arms alongside the legs if you're in child's pose. Lifting the torso up. Lifting the body all the way up to standing. Taking those courageous steps forward towards the front of the mat, stepping into the circle of light together as sisters on this journey of motherhood. Really feeling ourselves, each of us, a vital part of that circle of light. So standing tall, and this light isn't a spotlight. This light is a radiant, soft, spacious light that includes everything. It includes everything. So sending some energy down through the belly, down through the womb, the creative center, down through the legs and feet, connecting with great Mother Earth. And from the feet, lengthening up through the legs and spine, shoulders move back and down. A slight external rotation in the shoulders as the palms rotate forward. Opening through the chest and heart. And unite the palms together in front of the heart. Resting the thumbs gently on to the sternum, touching the heart center. As a reminder that as we awaken, may we bring our hearts to ourselves and all that we discover within us. That process of bringing our compassionate heart to ourselves will facilitate the process of awakening. It's integrating. So from here, you can extend the arms forward, up and back, and just take a few deep breaths, opening up to your awakeners. To the people on your path right now who are helping you to awaken to what's there within you. Whether it's a politician, awakening you to what you truly care about in this world, how you want people to be treated. Or someone in your own family who's awakening you to what you care about, to how you want people to be treated in your own home. Awakening you perhaps to how you were once treated and any part of you that still needs your healing and loving attention. Take a nice deep breath into these awakeners and exhale, slowly bow down to the life that resides within you. Bowing humbly down to Uttanasana, forward fold, just sensing the sensations that are here greeting you. I just heard a statistic that there's over 100 million bits of information that are unconscious, including our bodies, are processing per second. And the conscious mind is only processing or only able to process about 40 bits per second. 40 bits of information. So this body, this unconscious awareness is processing a lot of information, over 100 million bits of information per second. So it's helpful to just become more conscious of some of that. Bringing some of that unconscious information, what's happening in the body, into our conscious awareness. Awakening to what's happening. Just one little bit of information at a time, so it's tolerable.
So just sensing the sensations here. That's why we go slowly through the first round, so we can allow what's unconscious, often what's happening in our body, to rise into the level of conscious awareness for a moment of awakening. Good. So bend the knees, fingertips in line with the toes, step the left foot far back. Left knee can be down or raised. Lift the head, neck, and chest. Opening the heart to this process of awakening, of gently intolerable bits of information, gently, slowly, with just one little bit of information at a time, bringing the unconscious into conscious awareness. Opening our hearts to our awakeners who help us do that with our inner lives. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale, right foot back, downward dog, or plank pose if you want something more active, or you can lower the knees down for something more gentle. See what serves you best. Just taking a moment to first allow what's happening in the body to become more conscious. Any sensations through the backs of the knees or calves, any sensations through the shoulders. And just bringing what's unconscious into conscious awareness in the body. And then also thanking the people in our lives who are helping to bring any parts of us that are in need of our healing and loving attention into our conscious awareness. It might be our partner, it might be our children or one of our children right now. It might be a politician. Things they say might trigger earlier wounds and parts of us that are still in need of our care. So see if you can bow down to these people as our awakeners. And from here we can come forward and up into cobra or upward dog, opening our hearts to our inner lives. Rumi says, the external world is the microcosm. The internal world is the macrocosm. So those people out there represent parts of us in here. Whether we want to admit that or not. They're all just archetypes of parts of us inside. So just take a few deep breaths. Rising on the in-breath, falling on the out-breath. And after the next full round, you can pause, pressing the hands down, lifting the hips up high, downward facing dog. Diving in internal family systems therapy, Richard Schwartz calls the awakeners, which is Shafali's term, he calls these people who help us to awaken our tormentors. They torment us and they become our mentors. They help us to find ways to look at parts of us that need our loving care and integration into the internal system. So look between the hands, step the left foot forward between the hands. Right knee can be down or raised, lifting head, neck, and chest, opening the heart to anyone who you felt a little bit tormented around recently. And please know that you're not alone, that this happens to all of us. None of us are invulnerable to this. Even the Dalai Lama talks about how tormented he felt at times by experiences and people around him. Wise Buddhist teachers, monks write about feeling tormented by not having the nicer looking monk robe, even if they're deep in the forest with not much stimulation or things around. Still, their minds can fixate on certain injustices. So none of us are invulnerable to feeling tormented by the people or experiences around us. So just opening our hearts to our tormentors, our awakeners, as our mentors. Signaling that there's some aspect of us inside that needs our loving care and attention. And take a nice deep breath into those spaces, known or unknown, within us. And exhale, right foot forward to meet the left. Bowing down to those aspects of ourselves, the vulnerable parts of us that are in need of our loving care. Bowing down to the process of befriending them, tending to them, befriending them. There's now research showing through MRI that when we speak to ourselves inside our own minds and hearts, it truly does activate the social circuitry of the brain. There is a true relationship that we have with ourselves. And we can awaken to the process of nurturing the vulnerable parts of us, and thus bring deep, deep healing to our inner life, benefiting all those with whom we interact, benefiting our children. Extend the arms forward, lengthening through the low back, lifting the torso up, lifting the arms up. Feel the power and sacred nature of the journey that you're on of awakening as a mother, as a woman, as a human being in this world. Take a few deep breaths here, feeling the power of your awakening for the benefit and good of all. Raising consciousness, raising awareness. Take a deep breath in and exhale, palms to the heart, and just take a moment to integrate. A sacred pause to be still and know. To know yourself more intimately. And with the breath, exhale fully. Inhale the arms forward, up and back, saluting this new day, this new opportunity to awaken. And exhale, slowly bow down to your awakeners. Inhale, right foot back, lift head, neck, and chest, opening the heart to the process of awakening. And exhale, left foot back, downward dog or plank pose. Inhale, come forward and up into cobra or upward dog. Opening the heart to this process, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward, opening the heart to the journey of awakening. And exhale, left foot forward, bowing down to your awakeners. Inhale the arms forward, up and back, celebrating this new opportunity to awaken today. And exhale, palms to the heart. Inhale, arms forward, up and back, awakening. And exhale, bowing down humbly to our awakeners. Inhale, left foot back, opening the heart to the process of awakening. Exhale, right foot back, bowing down to your awakeners. Inhale, come forward and up, opening the heart up to the process of awakening. And exhale, downward dog, bowing down to your awakeners. Inhale, left foot forward, opening the heart to the process of awakening. And exhale, right foot forward, bowing down to your awakeners. Inhale the arms forward, up and back,
Celebrating this opportunity to awaken, and exhale, palms to the heart. Inhale, arms forward, up and back. Celebrating this opportunity to awaken, and exhale, bow down to those who help you awaken. Inhale, right foot back, lift the heart, opening. Exhale, left foot back, downward dog or plank, bowing down to your awakeners. Inhale, come forward and up into cobra or upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, opening the heart to the process of awakening. And exhale, right foot forward, bowing down to your awakeners. Inhale, arms forward, up and back, celebrating this new day. And exhale, palms to the heart, this opportunity to awaken more fully. Inhale, arms forward, up and back, awakening. And exhale, bowing down to your awakeners. Pause here for a few breaths. Pausing in forward fold, Uttanasana. And then just see what happens if you lean into the toes a little bit. Often in Uttanasana, we're kind of leaning into the heels and the buttocks is back a little bit. So we're going to lean into the toes and just notice how that changes things in the body. Good. And then from here, bring the hands to the shins, lift the head, neck, and chest. See if you can tilt the tops of the hips, the front of the hips, the front of the pelvic bowl forward towards the thighs so that the tailbone, the tip of the tailbone lifts up a little bit. You might need to bend your knees slightly to make that happen. Lifting the head, neck, and chest, opening the heart to this new day, the challenging experiences that might torment us throughout the day that truly do help us to awaken to the parts of us that are in need of our care. Knowing that we're not alone in that there's nothing wrong with us, that's happening, that this is part of the human condition. And we can practice embracing these opportunities, embracing these types of relationships that help us evolve if we're willing to look within. And take a nice deep breath in, opening the heart, and exhale, hands to the calves or ankles or heels. Not forcing, just exploring the deepening of this forward bend, staying in loving relationship with your dear body that you inhabit, listening to it, responding to its cues, honoring the body above the ego whenever possible. Now moving between these two positions, hands to the shins, lifting the torso up halfway. Inhale here, opening the heart to our awakeners. And exhale, bow down to the process of awakening. Inhale, hands to shins, opening the heart to our awakeners. And exhale, hands to the calves or heels, bowing down to the process of awakening within. And continue at your own slow breathing pace. Good. And after the next full round, you can pause. And then place the fingers onto the earth on either side of the feet. Lean into the toes once again. Lift the head, neck, and chest. Take a nice deep breath in. And then the exhale, right foot steps back and pause here in lunge pose. Good. And from here, you can lower the right knee down if it's raised. Bring the left hand onto the left thigh. Rotate the belly towards the thigh. Open the chest towards the left. And then open the left arm up and maybe even back a little bit. Opening the heart wide. Opening the arms to embrace our awakeners. to embrace those moments of challenge that might come to us throughout our day, that remind us that there's still life to live. There's still things for us to learn. There's still this rich journey of self-discovery and integration to explore. Our children remind us of this. So feel free to stay here or lift the right knee. If that's too active, lower the right knee down. Opening through the fingers, opening through the heart, opening to embrace the tormenting moments with our awakeners as our mentors, our tormentors. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale, slowly lower the left hand down onto the earth. Lifting the head, neck, and chest, opening the heart to our mentors, our tormentors, and exhale, left foot back, downward dog or plank pose. Inhale, come forward and up into cobra or upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And inhale, right foot forward and pause. Lifting the head, neck, and chest. And then you can bring the right hand onto the right thigh. Rotate the belly towards the right thigh. And you can turn the head forward or down, your choice. Eventually lifting the right arm up, opening the heart to your awakeners. Trusting that if not today, then in a week or two, there will be some challenging moments. And in those challenging moments, Richard Schwartz encourages us to practice what he calls making a U-turn. When there's someone out there that we feel really triggered by, it's a signal to do a U-turn and come back to be with yourself, to look into you, to look within. Take a nice deep breath into this journey of making a U-turn when we're triggered. And exhale, lower the right hand down. Lift the heart, tapping in to a compassionate presence that can be there with our triggered parts, with the parts of us that get triggered by the people out there. Tapping into this capacity to hold the parts of ourselves that need holding in those moments. This is said to be a capacity we all have. We can simply bring more conscious intention to this practice. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale, left foot steps forward to meet the right. Inhale, arms forward, up and back, opening to the process of awakening, and exhale, palms to the heart. One more round with the breath, simply to cleanse. So just take a few deep breaths here, integrating for a moment. Centering. Letting some of that million bits of information in the unconscious do its thing. Good. Exhale fully. Inhale the arms forward, up and back, awakening. And exhale, bow down to the people in your lives that torment you a little bit and serve as mentors on the journey. Inhale, left foot back, lift head, neck, and chest, opening our hearts to those people. Exhale, right foot back, bowing down, opening our hearts to the places those people touch within us. Inhale, come forward and up into cobra or upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, lift head, neck, and chest, opening our hearts to ourselves in this process. Exhale, right foot forward, bowing down to the parts of us that get triggered. Inhale, arms forward, up and back, opening to the journey of awakening, and exhale, palms to the heart. Close the eyes. Stand tall in presence with yourself and inviting more and more parts of yourself into the compassionate sphere of your conscious awareness. Good. And you can gently release the arms, softly opening the eyes, sustaining the thread of intimacy with your inner life, even as the eyes open. And then we'll move into Vrikshasana tree pose with the awareness of growing ourselves, of raising ourselves, the internal family tree, the internal life within us that needs our loving attention just as much as our children need our loving attention. That the little ones inside of us need our loving care just as much as our children do. So we can call this inner tree, inner Vrikshasana, inner tree pose. So ground through the right foot. Bring the left foot to the inner ankle, just beneath the knee or to the inner thigh. Palms together in front of the heart. And feel free to place the hand on a chair or on the wall for some support. If you're feeling wobbly, it's perfectly fine to get some support. Otherwise, from here, we can begin to ground through the right foot more fully. And in that grounding and rooting, that anchoring process, then we can begin to blossom open more fully. Growing towards the sun, reaching towards the light, opening up, blossoming open in the light of awareness, the light of compassionate awareness. Just imagine yourself with the arms open. Imagine yourself holding more and more parts of yourself in a tender, loving way. More intimately interconnected in this internal family. And all of the parts within you. Like the sunlight that shines equally on everyone, we can shine this compassionate awareness equally on all of the parts of us inside. Particularly the parts of us that are triggered or displaying off-track behaviors. Really the most in need of our loving care. Take a nice deep breath in, honoring this. And exhale, slowly release the arms, gently release the foot, and shake everything out. Good, and then recenter. Finding center again. Grounding through the left foot. Right foot comes to the inner left ankle, just beneath the knee, or into the inner thigh. Palms together in front of the heart, or maybe one hand on the wall, or on a chair out in front. Your choice. And you might notice a difference between the right foot and the left foot in terms of balance. And instead of judging that as better or worse, see if you can just acknowledge it as different. Even with our children, instead of saying they're better or worse, good or bad, they're just different. And they will activate different things within us for integration and healing. In honor of all that's there within us, especially the parts that are vulnerable and get triggered, that might be in need of some loving attention. In honor of this, we'll lift the arms up, reaching towards the sun, growing towards the light, blossoming open in the light of awareness. Splay the fingers wide, opening the arms wide, lovingly holding more and more parts of ourselves on this journey of integration and awareness. raising ourselves as we raise our children, reparenting ourselves as we parent our kids. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale fully. Slowly lower the arms down. Lower the right foot down and shake everything out, releasing tension, any tightness that comes from concentrating. Just relaxing. Good. So before we lay down, we'll do a nice cleansing practice, a breath cleansing practice. So we're going to spread our feet nice and wide apart. I'll face you as I do this. And on the in-breath, we're going to bring the arms out to the sides and up. And on the out-breath, we're going to be bending the knees, hinging forward from the hips, crossing the arms, and bowing the head. And just let the belly hang between the thighs. And we'll engage in open mouth ujjayi exhalation on the out-breath. So inhale the arms out to the sides and up. Open the mouth, constrict the throat slightly. Bend the knees, hinge forward from the hips. Cross the arms, bow the head. Inhale, arms out to the sides and up. Yes. And bowing down. Good. Deep breath in. Feel your vastness. Yes. And cleansing, cleansing, cleansing the doors of perception. Deep breath in, rising, open, feel your inherent spaciousness. And bowing down, washing free, washing free. Deep breath in, opening up with deeper clarity. Yes, and cleansing, 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 washing free. One more deep breath in, feel your vastness. Here you can unite the palms and exhale slowly, sliding the hands down the center line to the center of the heart. And just pause there, witnessing, integrating. And just pause here for a moment, perhaps asking yourself this query. What are my most challenging relationships in my life right now, inviting me to acknowledge about myself so that I can bring deeper healing to them? What are the most challenging relationships in my life, inviting me to acknowledge about myself so that I can bring deeper healing to those aspects of myself that are in need of my help and care? And just let yourself see, as much as your psyche feels it's safe to present to you right now, just let yourself see. Just let your psyche present you with images or a sense, a deep knowing sense. What are my most challenging relationships, inviting me to acknowledge about myself so I can bring deeper healing to those parts of myself that are in need of my care? And place the hands on your heart. Humbly bow your head down to the loving force within you, the gentle, compassionate, loving energy that is there inherently within you, that serves as the healing force within you. Gently bow the head to that. And then, as we did at the beginning of the practice today, gently cup the hands out in front in honor of your awakeners. You can bring the head back to center, slowly opening the eyes. In humble recognition that you're not alone, that I have awakeners in my life, that all of the mothers practicing right now have awakeners in their life, just as you, dear one, have an awakener in your life. We're in this together. Gently release the arms, and we can lay down on our bellies, resting in Advasana, relaxation pose on the abdomen. You can either bend the elbows out in front, resting the forehead on the forearms. You can bring the arms alongside the body. See what's best for your body right now. And then just send a message to the body. It's safe to relax now. Now's a good time to release some tension. And just invite as much of the body to participate in this moment of release as possible. And if you can feel a part of the body relax a little bit more, you can thank it. Thank you, right shoulder, for softening a little bit. I really appreciate that. Oh, thank you, left leg, for relaxing more fully. It's really helpful. So just send gentle invitations, not a demand to relax, but an invitation to soften. And see which parts are willing to soften and just gently acknowledge them. You can just let your system know, thank you so much for relaxing. The more you relax, the more it helps to increase blood and energy flow through my system. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Take a nice deep breath in, feel the low back rise. And exhale, feel the low back soften. And just send a little message of thanks to the low back for softening. And you can bring the forehead to the floor. And you can bring the arms alongside the legs if they're not there already. Lift the head, neck, and chest. Lift the arms, palms can face down, thumbs out to the sides, pinkies towards the body. And then rotate the thumbs up a little bit from there for an external rotation of the shoulders. Lift the legs, spread the legs and feet about mat width apart. Rotate the toes out. So the hands are rotating out, the toes are rotating out. And inhale here, opening the heart to our awakeners. And exhale, lower all the way down, cheek to the side. And just rest. Inhale, rising, rotate feet out, rotate palms out. And exhale, gently release all the way down. And continue. On the in-breath, opening your heart to your awakeners. And on the out-breath, just relaxing inward. And softening internally. And giving thanks to the body for its ability to soften and relax. And let go from time to time. Good. After the next full round, you can pause. And place the palms face down under the shoulders. Press up onto all fours. And we're just going to explore a little bit of organic freeform movement. If that feels uncomfortable at any time, you can just move into cat-cow. It's perfectly fine. So cat-cow would be rounding the back, tucking the chin, lifting head, neck, and chest. If it's available to you, you could explore more organic movement, just moving through elbows, head and neck,
swimming through the hips. Not really worrying about what I'm doing, but closing your eyes and just feeling into how the body would like to move. Imagine tapping into that million bits per second of information of the unconscious and just letting that lead for a few moments. Instead of moving in a predetermined way from our conscious mind, just letting the body move in a way that might benefit it without us even needing to know why. Good. Just tapping into that divine intelligence of the body within you. And beginning to move towards stillness. Eventually lowering the buttocks towards the heels, forehead towards the earth, and just pausing in extended child's pose for a few breaths. And seeing if the shoulders might relax a little more. And if they do, you can acknowledge them. Thank you, shoulders, for relaxing. It helps so much to increase the energy flow through the shoulder neck region when you do that. Thank you. Good. Take a nice deep breath in. And allow for long, slow exhalation. And gently lift the body up, lifting the torso up, soft face, relaxed eyes. And invite the legs out in front. And you can bend the right knee and cross the right foot over the left thigh. So the right ankle is on the left thigh. Some of you will stay here, maybe even with the hands on the floor back behind you. Others might slide the right heel towards the left hip, knee towards knee. Some of you, again, might stay here with the hands back behind you. Otherwise, you can begin to walk the hands forward. And this is a yin pose, so we relax the body in this pose. We're not yanking ourselves forward or pulling ourselves forward. We're just surrendering into the pose. So it's similar on this journey of awakening. We don't want to yank ourselves awake. And we can't be pulled into awakening. Some of you might know how that feels if someone's trying too hard to help you wake up to something. There will be a natural resistance to that. I believe it's Sharon Salzberg who writes, "You can't push a wave to shore any faster than the ocean brings it in." So we can't push this process of awakening. All we can do is to shine love. Shine love, shine care, and just let all parts of us know that we're here and we're interested. That kind of presence is deeply integrating. So go ahead and just relax into that inner spaciousness, that caring awareness. And let yourself be nurtured by that integrative experience. Good. Take a nice deep breath in. And allow for a long, slow exhalation. And lift the torso up. And you can bend the right knee, right foot onto the floor, crossed over the left leg. Pardon. I like to wrap my left arm around the bent knee. You could also cross the left elbow over the bent knee. I like to wrap because it helps me lift from the low back a little bit more. I place my left hand on my right thigh. Right hand onto the earth, back behind you. Inhale, lengthen.
And then exhale, rotate towards the right from the low back, mid back, upper back, head and neck. Inhale, unwind towards the left a little, and exhale, deepen towards the right. Inhale, unwind towards the left, and exhale, deepen towards the right, and continue at your own slow breathing pace. Good. After the next full round, you can gently unwind. And then bend the left knee, cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Some of you will stay here, maybe hands on the earth back behind you. Others might slide the left heel towards the right hip. Again, maybe bringing hands onto the earth back behind you. Or beginning to walk the hands forward. Not pulling, not pushing, simply staying in loving relationship with the body. Staying curious about where the body will come to in this pose. Dejan states, let go of the judgments that arise when Spirit says, this is how I unfold. This is how I unfold. So imagine your children standing before you saying, this is how I unfold. And we can notice all of the triggers that come up in us when they unfold in that way. If they're tormenting us with their unfolding, then we know there's something in here that's seeking our attention, our integration, that we can then tap into and bring to our children, perhaps for greater clarity and a limit, or for a more gentle, grounded holding of them, or a deeper understanding of their unfolding. Let go of the judgments that arise when Spirit says, this is how I unfold. This is how I unfold. Take a nice deep breath in and a long, slow exhalation. And gently lift the torso up. Good. And you can bend both knees. Oh, I almost forgot. So cross the left foot over the right leg. Wrap the right arm around the bent knee, maybe right hand to the thigh, or you can cross the elbow over if you prefer. It's a more traditional way to engage this pose. Lengthen through the low back, belly button pressing towards the left thigh. We're kind of rocking forward from the hips. Left hand onto the earth back behind us. Even before we twist, we're just setting up the foundation here. You can lift the right toes up towards the sky. Inhale, lengthen through the low back, and then exhale, rotate towards the left from the low back, mid back, upper back, eventually head and neck. And then we're going to inhale, rotate towards the right a little bit to unwind, and exhale towards the left. Inhale, releasing a little bit, unwinding slightly. Exhale, deepening, and continue at your own slow breathing pace. And after the next full round, you can pause. Gently unwinding. Bringing both knees out to the sides, soles of the feet together. Bring the hands onto the earth back behind you for a little mini back bend. We're going to bend the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other, Roll the pubic bone forward. Press the heels in towards each other deeply and the knees apart. Heels together, knees apart. Rolling forward towards the front of the pubic bone gently. It's just an action. It's not really something to achieve. And lifting the heart open. Opening to our awakeners. And opening to the vulnerable parts of us that get touched when we interact with our awakeners. The parts of us that are seeking wholeness and integration. Take a nice deep breath into all of that. And exhale, extend the legs forward, keep the knees subtly bent. And gently breathing deeply as we bow down. Sliding the hands forward slowly so we're staying in loving relationship with the body. Not forcing or pushing or pulling, just meeting ourselves where we're at. And you can inhale, lengthen, and exhale, deepen. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, deepening. Feeling free to keep the knees subtly bent, especially to protect the low back. Unless there's lots and lots of flexibility in the legs, in which case you can begin to press the backs of the knees down towards the floor, but please don't force or strain. After the next few breaths, you can move into stillness in the pose. As being with the richness within you in a caring way. In her book on conscious parenting, Dr. Shefali writes, "Our children may be small and powerless in terms of living independent lives, but they're mighty in their potential to be our life's greatest awakeners." It's usually in conflict situations, of course, that we get to see the full range of our unconscious. This is why instead of shying away or denying the existence of conflicts, I encourage parents to fully accept the inevitability of conflicts and, quote, use the material that emerges, the data, if you will, to awaken us to the growth that still needs to take place within us. It's so easy to blame our children for all that goes wrong in our relationship with them. It's easy and simply too delicious to ignore. Where else than with our children do we get free rein to act dictatorial, controlling, and monarchical? Where else than with our children do we get free rein to act dictatorial, controlling, and monarchical? Who else would allow us to? So if this is one of the few areas our power demon gets to live freely, why would we seek to tame it? Sometimes our children awaken us to our tardiness, other times to our obsessions, yet others to our anxieties, our need for perfection, our desire for control, our inability to say yes, or our inability to say no, our power issues, our dependency issues, our marital troubles, our addictions. Most often, they teach us how unable we are to be still, how to engage with full-on presence, how to be open, spontaneous, playful, intuitive, authentic. The list is endless. It is in how they act and react to us, and then how we act and react to them, that we are able to see our unconscious at play. Let's stop imagining that parenting is about the raising of our children. Let's get real and begin acting like a true parent and begin raising ourselves. Let's begin raising ourselves. Take a nice deep breath in and slowly exhale. And gently lift the torso up, lift the arms up, opening the arms wide in upraised Dandasana. And just take a few moments to breathe yourself open to higher self, higher power, calling in higher self or higher power, whatever it is you call to and know, whether it's some aspect of nature that holds you, something greater than your small self, a loving presence. It could be a spirit guide or an animal, a pet that's passed on. It could be an ancestor, a religious figure, or a spiritual figure. So calling on higher self or higher power to support you with this journey of awakening, of raising yourself, of tending to the parts of you that are still in need of your loving care. Just as your children need you, these small, younger, more vulnerable parts of us need us. So calling on some support for raising ourselves, take a nice deep breath in and exhale, lean back and open your arms wide to each other and just send some loving care to each other and any mothers that end up watching this video. Just sending some loving care to each other and a wish that you may feel supported on your journey of awakening, that you know you're not alone, that other mothers out there are sending loving care to you and to your children on their journey of awakening. May you feel supported in that journey. Gently lowering all the way down and hugging the knees into the chest. And just take a moment to receive those wishes that were just sent your way. Feeling yourself a part of a great sisterhood on this journey of motherhood. Your sisters arm in arm with you, supporting you on your journey of awakening, celebrating you, reminding you how beautiful and important a journey this is for generations to come. From here, we can bring our arms out to the sides. Moving into a flowing twist, we can inhale here. Exhale, knees to the left, head rolls heavy on the floor to the right. Inhale, knees to the chest. Exhale, knees to the right, head rolls heavy on the floor to the left, giving yourself a little craniosacral therapy. Inhale, knees to the chest, and continue. Moving slowly and sweetly, nurturing yourself, rocking yourself, sensing yourself from the inside, deeply tending to yourself, making a little U-turn, and diving within. See if there's any little subtle shift or movement you can make with the legs that might feel really good as you explore. Good. After the next full round, you can pause. And feel free to move into legs up the wall pose for the final relaxation practice. You can sit next to the wall and swing the legs up the wall. Or if you have a chair nearby, you can put your feet on a chair. Very deeply relaxing pose, great for the end of class. Or you can just rest on your back, maybe sliding a bolster or pillow or rolled up blanket underneath the knees, if you'd like that. Support for the low back. And feel free to cover yourself with a blanket so you don't get too cool as the body moves into stillness. So often we have chronic tension in the physical body. The muscles are neither fully engaged nor fully relaxed, but chronically tense. So we engage in these 2 deep breaths, tensing the muscles in the body, so we can teach the body that by contrast, this is tight And this is a more full relaxation. So it's a training for the muscles in the body. So take a nice deep breath in, scrunch up the face, make fists with the hands, point the toes, lift arms and legs a little tiny bit. Good. Relax the muscles deeply. Deep breath in, open the mouth, stick out the tongue, stretching the jaw, open the eyes, play fingers, stretch toes. Good. Close the eyes, close the mouth, and allow the entire body to be deeply, deeply relaxed. Begin to visualize or sense or feel a beautiful light enveloping the body in all directions. Beautiful, warm, healing light. Nourishing light. Bring the awareness to the light that rests near the soles of the feet and invite this light into the feet, feeling the ankles relax. The calves and shins are softened and soothed, and this light moves up into the knees, creating warmth and space there. Invite this light up into the upper legs and feel both legs growing heavy and warm. This light shines in to the hips, pouring into the pelvic area, pouring into the reproductive organs, harmonizing, balancing them. Visualize a glowing light in the dark womb. This beautiful light shines into the digestive organs, cleansing and purifying them. This beautiful light shines into the chest, pouring into the heart. Visualize the heart radiating the infinite glow of loving kindness in all directions, including towards yourself, particularly towards yourself. Feel the loving light from your own dear heart shining itself on you. And bring the awareness to the light that rests in the hands, bathing them in warmth. And invite this light into the hands, feeling the fingers and wrists relax. The forearms, the elbows, the upper arms grow heavy and warm. And this light shines into the shoulders. Feel the shoulders relaxing. Warm light moves into the neck, softening and soothing the neck muscles. And bring the awareness to the light that rests near the very base of the spine. And invite this light up the spine, vertebra by vertebra, part by part. And feel the entire back growing warm and relaxed and healed by this light. This light moves freely up the spine, moves up into the neck, into the throat. The tongue softens, the lips are warmed, the cheekbones and jaw relax. The jaw is completely relaxed. Ears, nose, and eyes are all filled with the most beautiful light. And the eyelids grow heavy. The temples, the eyebrows, and the center of the forehead relax. The center of the forehead is completely relaxed, and the entire face becomes expressionless. The sides of the head, the back of the head, and the crown of the head are all filled with light. And the entire body, the entire being is filled with and emanating the most beautiful, warm, healing light. Just be a witness to this light that's in you and around you and with you always. Very gently invite the awareness back to the breath. Take a deep, rich breath in and slowly exhale. And gently invite the awareness to the physical body, gently re-inhabiting the physical self. Finding your own way to reawaken the physical body. And eventually roll all the way over onto the side. Just curling up into curled up fetal position, closing the eyes, lovingly beholding yourself, and truly acknowledging yourself for dedicating so much time to this practice. As Sarah Powers states, because we exist in an infinite sea of energy exchange, as you create a shift in your own consciousness, you truly do affect the greater whole. So thank you for going inside to practice. Press the hands into the earth. Soft face, soft eyes as you gently lift the body up to seated. Coming to a comfortable seated position, closing the eyes, checking the posture, maybe placing the hands on the heart or together in front of the heart, your choice. And they'll leave you with just a few of the words by Dr. Shefali. Our children may be small and powerless in terms of living independent lives, but they are mighty in their potential to be our life's greatest awakeners. Let's stop imagining that parenting is about the raising of our children. Let's get real and begin acting like a true parent and begin raising ourselves. In honor of raising ourselves, we offer ourselves and each other and all beings a deep, humble bow and namaste. Namaste.